Hey y'all, welcome back. I hope y'all had a wonderful full moon that we just had last week. The full moon truly always overwhelms me. I always have crazy dreams. I have for 2 to 3 days. So for some reason that starts really hitting me the day before, even more than the day of. I was extremely emotional. I had to take some space, take some time, and hopefully you had a way better full moon than I did, because it was intense over here in Ashley land. Today we're going to talk about overcoming chaos. I don't know about you, but I struggle with being a chaos junkie. So I try to keep myself busy, to do too many things, and just being attracted to chaos. I'm a recovering chaos addict, we'll say. For some of us, the chaos comes from within, while others, it's like we go and we seek that chaos outwardly. It's an external focus to find the chaos. And I really want you to step back and check in with yourself and be like, why do I do that? Why am I always looking for chaos or creating that chaos? In my experience, most of the time it's due to us not wanting to really sit back and internally focus on the other things, maybe the problems, maybe the things that we need to fix. It helps us not be self-aware. It allows us to take the focus from our issues and put them on something else. And to be honest, it really holds us back from our growth and from being able to extend who we are and become who we're supposed to be. So let's first talk about the chaos within. So right now I'm pregnant and there's a lot going on in my life. I am throwing my emotions around, and it's not me. I've done a lot of work to not be this person, but hormonally and other things, I'm throwing my emotions around like confetti, and I'm expecting everyone else to just pick up all this confetti. And that chaos is coming from within me because I'm struggling. I'm struggling to really put things in order, to self-reflect, to control, to manage, to decipher, to validate myself. I know a lot of mine is hormones, but before I did all the work, before I went through years of therapy, I struggled with that regularly. And if you are struggling with chaos from within by throwing your emotions out at people, by lashing out, by being petty, then I really want you to step back and try to see how you can control that, manage that, heal that. There's a lot of inner wounds then. If you doing all that, there's a lot of inner wounds that you need to work on. You're just throwing your wounds around like dirty band-aids and expecting everybody to pick it up and put it back on with a new band-aid, just hoping somebody else just come and put some salve on it. And they're not going to. They're really not going to. And them little wounds, they're not going to heal. You just keep ripping the band-aid off. You just keep putting it, you just want little band-aids to put back on. Just put little band-aids back on it. Nah, they're not going to heal. So if your chaos is coming from within, you're the one that's creating the chaos and putting it out externally, and expecting others to come along and just deal with it. This is who I am. If you say that type of stuff, you got some wounds that you need to heal. I'm going to just say that. Now let's talk about the chaos on the outside. So you're going to have some wounds that are within, but you're not throwing chaos everywhere. You're going to look for it. You are the type of person that does not like to be alone. You do not like the quiet. You do not know how to sit still. You most likely are measuring your self-worth by the productivity that you do or the amount of people that you can heal and be there for. You are getting your self-worth externally from others. When we do that, when we seek out chaos so that we can try to fix it, heal it, stop it, we don't allow ourselves to heal the wounds, to be alone, right? Both of these are chaos junkies, is what I like to call them. And like I said, I am a recovering chaos junkie. And for both of these, I want you to really step back and say, why is it this situation that is going to validate my worth as a human being? Why is it how much productivity I can accomplish, something I can do that tells me I'm worth anything? These are questions that you need to ask yourself. There are wounds within you that are deeply instilled and connected to your self-worth. That needs to be untied and unraveled so that your self-worth can be on its own and not tied to anything else. And it is 2024, y'all. Step back, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, am I constantly putting myself into chaos? Am I throwing my chaos at other people and expecting them to deal with it? Now, of course, I'm not saying isolate yourself, but if you're putting yourself in a lot of chaos from your choices, you cannot always expect people who dearly love you to keep standing beside you as you keep doing that. That is a hard lesson I had to learn when I was there for my partner for 5 years while he was in prison. That was a very hard lesson. I wanted people to stand beside me, but the pain, the anguish, the suffering, the frustration, when you keep placing yourself in these situations, the people that love you, it's going to be very hard for them to continue to stick by you because it's an unhealthy situation for them. They can't keep watching you suffer and you're not doing anything about it. And you're thinking, these people should be by me. They should be by me when I'm down and suffering. Okay, for so long. But how long? How long are you going to keep placing yourself in this chaos? How long are you going to throw this chaos at other people and expect them to just be okay with it? When are you going to say, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore and actually stick by it? When are you going to actually show up for yourself so that that other person, you're causing these other people in your life pain when you aren't taking care of yourself? Another question you can ask yourself is, do I not want to be alone? And do I struggle with being alone? And I keep allowing this chaos around me because I don't want to be alone. And then really think deep, like, why do I struggle with being alone? Why does that chaos feel so comfortable? For me, the chaos was comfortable because it was all I knew. It was so hard to see that I was constantly placing myself in chaos. It was so hard for me. It was hard for me to pull away from it because it felt normal. When there was quiet, that was scary. So growing up, there was a constant chaos. Growing up, there was abuse. There was emotional abuse. There was yelling, screaming, cursing, people coming and going, in and out, like just always a bunch of chaos going on. No quiet time, like no time ever to yourself. And as I got older, I started like feeding that. I started going to find it. I would create it. I would throw it out. I was external and internal, just all the focus, mostly externally focused. I would go find it. And then I would internally focus the chaos. Whenever I would create the chaos, it was within my intimate relationships. And that chaos was so comfortable. It was warm. It was like just a sense of like, I don't know, just comfortability, or just it was a sense of home, of where I came from, of what I had been through. It wasn't until I was in my mid 20s that I realized, I was about 23, almost turning 24. I realized that this chaos seeking behavior was causing me so much harm. I didn't know how to be alone. I didn't know how to seek out help. I isolated myself, but also put myself around a whole bunch of people that I should not have been around. I kept putting myself in situations that I should not have been, just so that I didn't have to be alone. It was very toxic, harmful, painful. I started drinking heavily. I had become an alcoholic, drinking on my own regularly by the age of 23. And if it weren't for the pregnancy of my oldest son, who is now 12, I don't know where I would be today. And so I want you to step back and say, why am I so comfortable? This chaos you could be creating with a family member, with an intimate relationship, within yourself, with friends. You could be creating it at work. Or you could be going to look for it, always putting yourself in someone else's drama. Maybe you have friends, family that are always putting drama out there, always causing an issue, always doing something, because you're the healer, you're the fixer. And so you're the one that's going to be there to help handle the chaos. or you're the one that's putting it out. You could be doing both within certain angles and certain ways. So why? Why are you so comfortable with it? Why is that okay? Why haven't you stepped back and said, I don't want this anymore? This is painful. And it's completely distracting me from things I could be focusing on. Because it might be scary. It might be like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It was hard being alone at first. Like, it was hard being alone. It was scary being alone. It was scared allowing those thoughts and those ideas to actually surface, and to embrace them, validate them, talk to them, ask them questions. It was scary and it was very hard. I did many years of therapy to work through all of that, and I think it's important that we step back and we understand, where is this chaos coming in our lives, and how can we heal so that way there is more peace. We can be our own peace, and we can bring more peace to others around us. All right, so that's my time. I will see you guys next week. And if you have any questions, send an email, do a comment below. And if there's any topics that you would really like me to talk about when it comes to self-discovery or astrology, make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure to like, follow, and share. As always, your support is very dear to my heart. I hope you guys have a great week ahead.